What up? It's your boy Wall Street. Back again, back in the fold, ready to talk about the NBA. Thank you for tuning in and spending some time with me today while I discuss my favorite thing in the world, basketball. And today I want to talk about the team in purple, the Sacramento Kings, because they've been having a wild season. And while their record is rather mediocre, sitting at a 24-23 record as they look to face off with the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, who are sitting at a league best record 37-9. Or sorry, the Cleveland Cavaliers have the best record in the league at 39-9. But catch my drift. OKC's a very good team, best team in the Western Conference. But the Kings, facing off with them tonight, have just had a wild season, from starting very poorly to firing Mike Brown, their head coach, to Domantas Sabonis being snubbed as an all-star, and now De'Aaron Fox being in the midst of all these trade rumors and what have you. It's just been a wild, wild ride, and I just wanted to talk about it because as a Wizards fan, I relate pretty heavily to Kings fans, as in, it's very far and few between that we have really good seasons and good teams put together. And this Kings team is good. They're a good team. They're just not performing the way that they should be performing. I mean, the Western Conference is the tougher conference of the two, and it hasn't been an easy year for them. And it seems like they kind of peaked 2 years ago when they really came onto the scene and made the playoffs for the first time in like 20 years. Maybe I think it was 18 years. They made the playoffs in 22-23 with a 48-34 record. And they lost in the Western Conference first round against the Golden State Warriors. Mike Brown was their coach back then, and he was able to lead them to the Promised Land. And yes, the Promised Land should normally mean the championship, but obviously if you have not made the playoffs in 18 years, the Promised Land is just making it there. So congrats to the Kings for just breaking that drought of being outside the playoffs. That was definitely a good thing for them. And then last year, kind of the same. They were 46-36. I believe that was when they beat the Warriors in the play-in tournament, and I don't think they made the playoffs after that. I think they won that game against the Warriors, and I think maybe they played the Pelicans and they didn't make it in. So, it was rough, but they had a good season before that, and I credit them for that. But currently 24-23, like I said, they're fourth out of fifth in their division. And Mike Brown, before he was let go, went 13-18 on the season. Now they have Doug Christie, NBA legend in my opinion, great player back in his day. He's now the coach, and he's gone 11-5 since. So maybe there's a way that they turn this around. They're currently sitting in the 10 spot, so if the season ended today, they would be in the play-in tournament, and they'd be facing off with the Dallas Mavericks, who are in the 9 seed. So, we'll see what happens. I think they still do have a chance. The Warriors are right there behind them at 24-24. The Spurs have a chance still at 21-24. Anyone below that, though, like the Trailblazers are at 19-29. I don't think they're going to have a push to make it into the play-in. And the New Orleans Pelicans are just not. They're done. They're not going to make it this year. And the Jazz at 10-36, definitely not making it either. So they have a good chance to make it into the play-in, but my concern is really like what's next, right? I think Doug Christie, if they haven't already made him the full-time head coach, that's probably what's going to happen. So I just don't know what's going to happen with this De'Aaron Fox situation. I honestly don't think that he's going to get traded at the trade deadline. I was actually watching Kenny, King of the Fourth Quarter, earlier today. Shout out Kenny. Does a great job. And he was talking about, De'Aaron Fox might already have it in his mind that he's going to go to the Spurs, which is his, quote-unquote preferred destination, which he hasn't said publicly. And he also has not publicly requested a trade. I don't know why all this is coming out. I think even his wife said, like on Twitter or Instagram or something, that, they haven't requested a trade. So this is all kind of just speculation. But why would the Spurs trade for De'Aaron Fox if he's probably just planning to go there when his contract is up anyway, right? His contract is going to be up at the end of next season, where he's going to be making a whopping $37 million. And if they wanted to trade for him, they're going to have to give up a decent amount. His contract is big. It's not huge, but it's definitely big. And, who are the Spurs going to give up? Maybe Keldon Johnson, maybe Devin Vassell, maybe they even have to give up Stephon Castle. I don't think they want to do any of those things. So I don't really know how they make a trade like this work for De'Aaron Fox. And at the end of the day, is another team going to trade for De'Aaron Fox if they know that he wants to go to the Spurs when his contract is up anyway? Because if they do that, it's like, let's say De'Aaron Fox goes to, the Lakers or the Magic. Is De'Aaron Fox going to pull a Kawhi Leonard and be there for a year and then dip and sign a new contract somewhere else? It's just, I don't know any team that really wants to take that gamble. And it's just a kind of hard thing to kind of put your finger on what's going to happen. And the Kings, I think, have a good team. I think they could, really build it together. And I think they could be one of those teams in the later, end of the playoffs, let's say 6 to 8 seed that, can upset a, higher ranked team, right? I wouldn't want to go up against Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox and Keegan Murray if they're all on, they just haven't been that way though. Keegan Murray had a 50-point game last year and he's currently averaging less than 12 points a game. They just have not been playing up to the standard that they have played at in the past. And even though their record is fairly similar to what it's been in the past, it's just not the same, And the Kings also have DeMar DeRozan, a lot of people are forgetting about that. You have De'Aaron Fox scoring 25 a game. You have DeMar DeRozan scoring 21.6 a game. You have Sabonis scoring 21 a game, pulling down 14.5 rebounds for a league best rebounds per game rate. So, also you have Sabonis leading the team in assists at 6.6 assists per game. You have Malik Monk. It's they have an extremely talented team, great roster, and I just don't know why it's not working. But, like I said, the Western Conference is just tough. It's not an easy, conference to get a playoff spot in. You have teams that are basically at or slightly above 500 that are jockeying for the later end of the play-in, for the 9-10 spot. So I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly, if I had to pick what I think is going to happen with the Kings at the trade deadline, let's say we're sitting here, February 7th, a day after the trade deadline, I think they still have a very similar team to what they have right now. I don't think De'Aaron Fox is going anywhere yet. I don't think Sabonis is going anywhere. I don't think DeMar DeRozan is going anywhere. Maybe they make some smaller trades. Maybe they ship out Doug McDermott. Maybe they ship out Trey Lyles. Maybe they ship out Devin Carter. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting trade deadline for sure, but I don't know how active the Kings will really be in that. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that the Kings are going to make some moves at the deadline? What do you think the future holds for them? Where do you think they finish the season? What do you think their team looks like at the end of the season? I want to know your thoughts, so please leave some comments down below. And let's talk about the Kings. The Kings, who have not had a 50-win season since 2004-05 season. That's crazy. That's crazy. But there's a lot of teams like that in the league. So, Kings fans, I'm with you. I hope things, start going a lot better. They have a good roster, very fun team to watch. I'm a big fan of Keegan Murray and Sabonis, both really, really fun guys to watch. And De'Aaron Fox too. But if I had to pick two of my favorites to watch on the team, it's definitely Keegan Murray and Sabonis for sure. So, like I said, leave some comments. Let's talk. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Would greatly appreciate you doing both those things. Helps me, helps the channel, helps you, because YouTube will then know what you like and it'll send more of it your way. Everybody wins. You feel me? But without further ado, guys, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, your morning, what have you, whenever you're watching. Stay safe, handle your business, and stand on business. Peace.